Did you know that you can grow sweet potatoes in grow bags and plastic containers with some success? Stay with me and I'm going to show you exactly how I plant them and where I place them. A lot of people don't want to grow these sweet potato slips because the vines grow so long and they don't know what to do with the vines. But I'm going to show you a couple options for doing that. We'll talk a little bit about the soil, the size of the container, the fertilizer, but I really want to show you where I put these after I plant them. I'll also show you the planting process. And, you know, to be honest with you, these vines grow, oh man, 8-10 feet out. So some people grow them vertically. They don't have tendrils to grab a hold, but you can grow them vertically if you train the vines. Or you're going to have some place where you can set these where the vines grow out and you don't have to worry about you know, mowing around them or whatever. But stay with me here and I'll show you the whole process. Oh yeah, and I'm also curious, have you ever grown sweet potatoes in containers? Or do you grow them in raised beds, or do you grow them in the ground? Let me know. Leave your comments. Maybe you have help for the viewers. First of all, let's talk about the size of this grow bag. This is a 15-gallon grow bag. And in a 15-gallon grow bag, you can probably plant 3 or 4 slips or vines. I'm going to start out with planting this one. Let's talk a little bit about the soil. The soil that I have used is a potting mix mixed with the Miracle Grow general all-purpose soil, which has a good bit of bark in it. And then I also mixed in mushroom compost. Makes a really good loose soil. Sweet potatoes are, they grow in the root on tubers, and they definitely need some to be able to expand. Some people will mix sand in their soil, but please just don't use in-ground soil or you're not going to have much luck. Now the planting process, I was going to water this first, but we just had some rain and it kind of got watered. So I'm just going to show you a little bit. This slip, I'm going to show it really close. You can see there's roots on, and I'm going to plant it all the way, probably about yay deep, because you want to get as much of that in as you can. These are fairly small. Let's just go ahead and stick about 4 of these in here. I try and get it so I don't have to curl up the roots. Not too close to the edge. I'm going to kind of do this in a square in this grow bag. Just wanted to make sure that you could see it real good. I don't know that one slip is better than the other. I'll put another one right in here. Plant them as deep as you, probably as deep as you can. I don't know that I have that one quite deep enough. I'm going to go do a little deeper in that one. And we'll put one more in here. Pretty simple process when it comes to planting them. The hard part is when the vines start getting longer and longer and longer. As far as fertilizer goes, I'm just going to put some bone meal all around these. You can put bone meal in the hole, which a lot of people do to start the plants. I never do, because once they're watered, they'll just be washed out real quick anyhow. Like I say, I'm not an expert. There's all kinds of people I'm sure you can view as to how to do this, but this is the way I do it. Some bone meal and some tomato tone. Tomato tone is very high in phosphorus. And that's what you need for these plants that grow on the root, to grow their fruit or their vegetable on the root. Okay, there, that one is planted. Now I'm going to go ahead and plant the hard plastic one. Don't know if I'll show you the whole process. I'm only going to put 2 slips in this one. Okay, I wanted you to see I did the same process in this hard plastic pot. I only planted 2 slips, fertilized it the same. I just wanted to show you that this hard plastic pot has, I don't know if I can tilt it enough. It has a lot of holes in the bottom, so there's very, very good drainage in the pot. Now I'm going to take you, first of all, I got a little dirty on that one. First of all, I'm going to take you to the front yard where I'm going to place this container. And haven't shown you my front yard yet, so you might be a little surprised. So let's go to the front yard. Here we go. While I'm walking to the front yard, I forgot to mention that these vines will continue to grow probably about 4 months, right up almost until the first frost. The variety of sweet potatoes I am growing here are Jewel. They are a copper-skinned and orange flesh, very tasty sweet potato. I'm going to plant this, I'm going to plant it. I'm going to set this right beside the ornamental sweet potato vines that I have planted. And I'll show you why. Now you can see in that treasure chest, I have 3 different types of ornamental sweet potato vines. And them things will grow out probably all the way out to this water fountain. So I'm hoping that the edible sweet potatoes that I just planted are also going to grow out here. So that's where I placed this one. I'm going to grab this grow bag here. It's going to be a lot heavier, but I'm headed down to that bottom arch trestle where you see that netting. And let's just go down there. My plan here is to walk this down to the other side of that netting and grow these vines vertically. Last year I had some definite problems with deer eating my sweet potato vines, which I will tell you about here in a couple of minutes. Let's take a trip down here to show you where I placed this grow bag. Like I say, if you were growing these vines, they'll grow way out. But I'm going to train them to go up this netting, hopefully. Might have to weave them in and out a little bit to go up this netting. I don't know, not sure if this is going to work. So you're going to have to, you know, subscribe and keep watching the channel, because we're going to watch this stuff grow together. But I'm hoping the sweet potato vines will grow up the netting. It gets up here so high, I can probably tie a couple strings to the top yet and try and weave them in around or clip them to it. One thing I will tell you though, the sweet potato vines, deer absolutely love them. Last year I had them planted in that far raised bed, and I had a nice trestle, and they grew about this high, and the deer came in the yard and just completely ate them off. Now after the deer ate them once, then they quit bothering them. They came back and I got very small sweet potatoes. Just being totally honest with you. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the what's going on over here in this other trestle, which is very similar to this one. This one was planted later. But I have a tomato plant on each end of the trestle. And you can see this in another video also. And then cucumbers in the middle and a tomato plant on this end. And then this is one that I started a little bit earlier. And you can see the tomato plant on each end and how I'm getting the cucumbers to grow up a string. I may have to add a few more strings. I had some people comment on what I was going to do with the runners. We'll find out, I guess. If I have to put netting, I will. And tomato plant here. Well, that about sums it up again for today. Just wanted to tell you again that deer love sweet potato vines. And just beyond that tree, if you can see that tree that has all the honeysuckle or whatever the vines growing on it, the tree is already dead. Just beyond that, I have mineral out for the deer. Figure if I can keep them over there, I'm better off. I'll show you a couple of short videos of the deer with my trail cam. But also, I think being outside, gardening, enjoying nature is so good for our health. It's so good for our spirituality. God has given us a gift to grow things. That started off with creation. When he created man, he gave him a garden to tend to. And I just love the process of gardening. I fail a lot. And believe you me, as we grow these things together, if I fail at anything, I'm going to let you know about it. I did have something digging out some of my red beets, but nothing major yet. Have some bugs eating some of the strawberries. Nothing major. We had some really hard wind just a little bit ago, and it almost took out a couple of my tomato plants. I had to reinforce them with some strings, but things are doing good. The peas are blooming. So like and subscribe, but please let a comment. I'd love to know what you're doing and what you think of all this. God's blessings to you. See you next time.